Last night, something truly incredible happened to me, sweetheart. It was one of those nights when my mood was unusually low, and I couldn't quite pinpoint why. You know how sometimes everything seems fine on the surface, yet deep inside, something feels off? That was exactly how I felt. I had no specific reason to be sad or upset, but there was this heavy feeling inside me that I couldn't shake. It was like my heart was weighed down, and I just couldn't explain why. It wasn't anything external, but more of an emotional dip that hit me all at once, without warning. The evening had started off normal enough. I was with my family, and we had a lovely dinner together, laughing and chatting like we usually do. Everything seemed perfectly fine. But as soon as I returned to my room, it was as though a dark cloud settled over me. My mood dropped drastically, almost like flipping a switch. I tried to shake it off, telling myself that it was just a phase and that I'd be fine in a few minutes. But instead of improving, it got worse. I thought listening to some of my favorite music would help, so I put on my headphones and let the songs play, hoping they'd lift my spirits. But the music didn't seem to reach me the way it usually did. I could hear the melody, but it felt distant, like it wasn't meant for me at that moment. Frustrated, I went out onto the balcony for some fresh air, thinking maybe stepping outside would make me feel better. But even the cool breeze didn't soothe me. I tried distracting myself by watching something funny, hoping to laugh my way out of the sadness, but nothing worked. It was like everything that normally brought me joy had lost its magic. As the minutes ticked by, I started feeling increasingly irritated and annoyed with myself. I couldn't understand why I was feeling this way or why nothing seemed to help. Eventually, I decided to just close my eyes, take deep breaths, and try to center myself. I thought if I could just relax, maybe my mind would quiet down. But the moment I closed my eyes, tears started flowing, completely unexpected and uncontrollable. It was as if a dam had broken inside me, and all the emotions I'd been holding back for who knows how long came rushing out at once. I cried, and I cried hard. Tears streamed down my face, and I couldn't stop them. It felt overwhelming, but at the same time, it was almost a relief to finally let everything out. I had been holding on to so much, without even realizing it, and it all came pouring out in that moment. Suddenly, in the midst of my crying, I felt something strange yet incredibly comforting. It was as though someone was holding me, wrapping me in a warm, protective embrace. There was no one there physically, but the feeling was so real. It was like I wasn't alone anymore, like someone was right there with me, offering me the comfort I desperately needed. I felt so safe in that moment, and as odd as it sounds, I felt cared for in a way that made me cry even harder. It was as if finding that comfort allowed me to completely let go, to release all the control I had been trying to maintain over my emotions. I cried even more after that, feeling this deep connection to whatever or whoever was holding me. Then, I felt something soft, almost like a kiss, on my forehead and cheeks. It was so gentle, but so full of love. After that, I felt as if someone placed their forehead against mine, as though sharing in my pain and offering me understanding without words. That small gesture made me feel so accepted, like I was being seen for who I truly am, flaws and all, and loved just the same. After what felt like an eternity of crying, I finally stopped. I had released everything I had been holding inside, all the burdens and all the troubles. And once the tears were gone, I felt incredibly light, like a huge weight had been lifted off my shoulders. The sadness, the irritation, all the negative feelings were gone, and in their place was this overwhelming sense of peace and happiness. I started laughing loudly and freely, as if all the wrongs in the world had been made right. It was one of the purest moments of joy I've ever felt. It was as if I had been cleansed, not just of the sadness from that night, but of everything that had been weighing on me for a long time. I don't know if it was just my imagination or if something else was at play. But whatever it was, the experience was beautiful. I felt an inner peace and contentment that I hadn't felt in a long time. The moment was so precious, so intimate, that words can't fully capture how special it was. I've never cried like that before in my life, but I've also never felt so good afterward. It was a release, a renewal, and it left me feeling like everything in the world was okay again. My dearest sweetheart, I often find myself struggling to express the depth of my feelings for you in a way that truly captures the love I have in my heart. How can I make you understand this simple truth? I am madly in love with you, more than words can convey. There are moments when I wonder if you even believe me when I tell you how much I love you. It's not because I doubt your understanding, but because in today's world, saying I love you has become such a casual phrase. It is used so often that its true weight and meaning seem to get lost in the routine of everyday life. I must admit that before I met you, I too didn't fully comprehend what love really meant. Like many others, I thought that love was about spending time together, sharing moments, and creating memories. I used to believe that as long as you enjoyed someone's company, you were in love. But after meeting you, I've come to realize that love is so much more than just being together. Love, as I now understand it, means standing by someone when they are going through difficult times. It's about offering support, even when there's nothing to gain. True love is unconditional, and it thrives without any expectation of something in return. More importantly, love is about accepting a person entirely, their strengths, weaknesses, good qualities, and flaws. We all have imperfections, but when you love someone, you don't focus on those. Instead, you see the beauty in them, even when they can't see it themselves. In love, we don't embarrass or criticize a person for their shortcomings. We help them see their worth and encourage them to grow. I've come to understand that love is about lifting each other up, especially when life brings its inevitable challenges. The more I learn about love, the more I realize that a person who loves you truly will stand by you, no matter how many hardships they face. One of the most wonderful things I've discovered is how love makes you want to share everything with that special person. When you fall in love, you want to introduce them to the most important people in your life because they have become such an essential part of your world. It's as if your life feels incomplete without them, and you start envisioning a future together. You start imagining everything with them by your side, every goal, every dream, every celebration. The moment they are not around, something feels missing. Even the smallest things, like a single word from them, can completely brighten your day. That's how powerful their presence becomes in your life. Only the person you love has the ability to make you feel a wide range of emotions, from joy to sadness. They have the power to make you smile with just a glance or bring tears to your eyes with a simple word. Every action they take seems to affect you more than anything else. You start to notice that their words carry more meaning, and their happiness becomes your own. When they are hurt, you feel their pain deeply. When they are sad, you cannot bear to see the sorrow in their eyes. It's as though their well-being is intertwined with your own, and you become sensitive to everything that concerns them. Love is an incredible feeling, bringing immense happiness, but it also comes with the fear of losing that person. There's always this quiet fear lingering in the background, the worry that one day, the happiness you found might slip away. But even with that fear, love is worth every moment of joy it brings. I've learned that love is not just about the good times, but also about being there when life gets hard, when the person you love needs you the most. Since falling in love with you, I've learned so much about myself, about life, and about what it truly means to love someone. I I've learned that love is a journey, not a destination. It's something that grows and deepens with time, and I know that I still have so much more to learn. But I'm excited for that journey, and I look forward to every moment of growth, discovery, and joy that we will share together. I hope, with all my heart, that my love for you continues to grow exponentially with each passing day. You have shown me what true love is, and for that, I am eternally grateful. Thank you for giving me the chance to explore this beautiful, complex, and life-changing feeling. Every second I get to spend with you is a gift, and I am so incredibly happy to have you in my life.